This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening. Today we are discussing about PLSQL. What is PLSQL? Procedural language, and in this procedural language we can also use SQL queries. What is a procedure? Procedure means a set of statements to perform a task or multiple tasks. We completed SQL. By using SQL, what you are doing? You are communicating with the database. And similarly, by using PLSQL also, it is also a language. We can communicate with database. By using PLSQL, we are communicating with database. By using SQL, at a time we are submitting one query. But by using procedural language, we can submit a group of statements in the form of program. We can communicate with database through set of statements, not only single statement. In PLSQL, we will write programs. What is the use of each program? Each program is useful to perform at least one task. How to define SQL? SQL is a collection of commands, keywords, operators, classes. All are predefined objects. But what is PLSQL? Can I define a PLSQL? Yes. By using PLSQL, we are writing programs. What are the components of PLSQL? PLSQL is a collection of user-defined objects. PLSQL is a collection of user-defined objects. Everything is defined by user. Like, what are the user-defined objects? Like programs, procedures, functions, packages, triggers, collections, and so on. So in PLSQL, what you are writing? Programs. How to define a program? A program is a collection of statements. A program is a collection of statements. Here, the statements are programming statements and also SQL statements. According to our requirement, we can write both types of statements in a program. What are the benefits of PLSQL? See, at a time we can execute multiple queries. At a time we can execute multiple queries as a program. And see, for each query, there is a hit to the database server. If you write set of queries in a program and if you execute the program, for program execution, it will hit the database only once. Maybe program has 10 lines or 20 lines or 1000 statements, whatever it is. For all statements in a program, for all statements execution in a program, the program hit the database server only once. So 1000 statements are executing in a single hit. Automatically performance will be increased. And next one, modularity. Modularity means you are writing program to perform a task. If the task is so complicated, then you can divide the task into subtasks. If you feel subtask is also complicated, again divided it into subtasks. For each subtask, we will write a program. For each subtask, we will write a program. Here, dividing a big task into set of subtasks, that is called as modularity. Each subprogram is called as a module. Next, enhanceability. What is enhanceability? Suppose today you have written one program. After some time, along with this task, you need additional task. If you need additional task, you don't need to write a program again. Just take the coding of old program and make modifications in the coding according to your requirement. So making changes in the old program is called as enhanceability. And once a program is created, you can use it any number of times. That is called as reusability. So every day, up to last session, every day we are writing so many queries, but the query is not saved in the database. Query is not saved in the database. Okay, let me explain one simple example. Let me take Amazon.in. Listen carefully. What is my target is I want to verify. I want to see some mobile details. I want to see some mobile details. Here, all mobile phones. If I select this option, it is displaying some list of mobiles available. Okay. If I select any one mobile, let me select this one. Just I am selecting this option. Here, data related to mobile displayed. Data related to mobile displayed. Understand? Listen carefully. From where the data is displayed? The data is getting from database server. First point. How to get data from database server? By writing select query. Only select query, select data from database server table. Understand? Now, my question. You are not writing any select query. Just you are selecting one option. How data was selected? How data is displaying to you? Compulsory to select data from database table, there should be some select query should be executed. But here you are not writing any select query. How data was selected? Means select query saved in the database server. But normally query is not saved. Then how it was saved? Listen, select query is saved in the form of a program. Means you have written one program. The program is having one statement. The statement is select statement. Here, based on your selection, the program is responding. You have selected one input value. What is the input value? Samsung Galaxy M10. That is the input value. How do you get, suppose, Scott details? Select star from EMP where ename is equal to Scott. Similarly, here we are selecting one input, one option. That option value is Galaxy M10. That value sent to database server. Then one program is activated. The program inside the program there is a select query. The select query executing based on your input value. Select star from product details where product name is equal to Samsung Galaxy M10. Then select query selecting data from product table. That data is passed to web server. From web server, one Java program, is presenting data to you in this way. That is presenting data in this way. Presenting in the sense displaying the data. Remember, this is the actual process. So for every option, suppose if you select any one here, for each and every option, there should be some program. The program is getting your information. Finally, that information is displayed or printed on the web page. Hope you understand. Now, PLSQL programs are divided into two categories. One is anonymous blocks, another one is subprograms. What is anonymous block? It is also called as a program. First of all, it is also called as a program. See, the anonymous block not saved in the database server. The anonymous block not saved in the database server. Generally, anonymous blocks are used to call the programs from database server. Inside database server, some programs are saved permanently. So here, how can I call a procedure or how can I call a program? By using the name of the program, I will make a call. So who is calling? Program is calling database server programs. So programs are developed as a part of UI application, UI development, user interface development. So in the UI, there should be some programs. We will write some program. The program executed means inside program there is a database server program calling statement is there. If that statement executed, then database server program is initiated. It was executed, giving some response. That response is sent to calling program. Okay. So now subprograms. Subprograms are saved under database server permanently. If you want to store any logic inside a database server, then we should save that logic in the form of subprogram. Subprograms are also called as stored procedures and functions. So again, PLSQL programs are divided into two categories. One is anonymous block, another one is subprogram. Anonymous blocks are also called as programs. So simple, these are client level interfaces. These are server side programs. Client level interface programs. These are server side programs. Anonymous blocks we are discussing right now. What is this? Anonymous block is also called as program. Now, what is the structure of a program? So the program structure is like this. Declare. Declare block has declaration statements. Begin. It has assignment statements, output statements, data processing statements. Exception block. It contains error handling statements and then end keyword. Again, I am repeating. The structure of a program has three blocks: declare block, begin block, exception block, and program ending with end keyword. Declare block contains declarations. Begin block contains assignments, output display statements, data processing statements. And exception block has error handling statements. End of the program indicated with end keyword. If you want to run the program or compile the program, use slash in the next line. Then program is compiled. If there are no compilation errors, then program will be executed. Next, declare block. What is declare block? It contains declaration statements. What is the meaning of declaration? Declaration means indication. I am so and so, declaring myself. Suppose there is a name. Name is uh, something like e-name. What is e-name? It is a variable. What type of variable? It will hold character type of data, and it needs maximum 20 bytes of memory. See, what is declaration? First, understand it here. Suppose you are writing a program. The program input is, remember, input value to the program is employee ID. Employee ID you are giving, right? The program is selecting employee name, and also the program is selecting employee salary. This is the situation. Understand? So employee ID you are giving to whom? Let us assume he is a person. Program is a one person, one human being. What is his responsibility? You are giving employee ID. Okay, he has some office. Assume that he has some office. Okay, so he is having all the employees information in the books. You are giving employee ID. Whenever you are giving employee ID, he has to remember the ID. Remember in his brain means he needs memory. Similarly, if you are giving any value to the program needs some temporary memory. Some temporary memory. So it contains what? It contains whatever the value you have given, that is saved under temporary memory, employee ID location. So here, let us assume, see, it's a name, right? Under this location, you can store a value. Remember, you can store a value. Let us assume the value is 1234. Remember, you are giving employee ID. To hold employee ID, program needs one temporary memory. In that memory, it is storing some value. Finally, what are the output values program is into the program? What are the values coming from the table? From the table, the values employee name is coming into the program. To hold employee name, it needs some memory. To hold employee salary, it needs some memory. So anyway, to execute this program, we need three temporary memory locations. One is for holding input value, another two locations are for holding output values. Listen, declare block. It contains declaration statements. What is the use of declaration statements? We can declare variables. We can declare variables. That variables are with some data type and size. See, according to variable declaration, variables will get temporary memory space from database engine based on their data type and size. We can declare variables with data type and size. With data type and size. Remember, according to data type and size, the variables will get temporary memory. Into these memory locations, you can store values. You can store values. The values are temporary storing, not permanently. Now, so many people are having a doubt. What is a variable? Let us see one small example. Suppose this is a memory. Here we have some values 100 to 30, 10,000, 34,000. Listen, this is the memory 1200, 1, 2, 3, 4. In this memory, some values are saved at somewhere. Here, I want to take a value from the memory. I want to take a value from memory. How to take a value? Simple. Memory means your location in your city or in your village, in your location. That is area. So many houses in the area. How to identify a house? By using some house number or not? Or by using address of the house? Yes. So if you have addresses, then you can access the value with that address. X value, A value, Z value, B value, H value, C value. Understand? These are the addresses. Get value from A, then how much you will get? 10,000. Get value from H, then you will get 34,000. So by these are called as variable names. The names are references for memory locations. The names are references for memory locations. Remember. So what is a variable? Variable is a name. Minimum length 1 character, maximum length 30 characters. Variables are also called as like a pointer. Variables are also called as placeholder, literal, and identifier. Placeholder, literal, or identifier. So how to declare a variable? What is the block we are discussing? Declare block. It contains declaration statements. We can declare variables. So how to declare variable? This is the syntax. Variable name, data type, size. So this is the variable name. Data type is int. It is a variable name. Data type is varchar2. Size is 20. In this way, we can declare variables. After declare block, what is the block? Begin block. If you declare variables, for each variable, it will, for each variable, again, hold on. So for each variable, it will reserve some memory space. This is for some memory space, here some memory space, here some memory space, here is some memory space. Every variable, there should be some memory reserve. Okay, into these locations, how can I store values? Into these memory locations, we can store values. How to store? In the begin block, they write some statement, assignment statements. By using assignment statements, we can store values into declared variables. See, now we are discussing about begin block. Begin block contains logic of the program. Begin block is also called as executable block. Begin block is having three types of statements: assignments, data processing, output statements. Assignments, data processing, and output statements. Here, assignment statement. By using assignment operator, we can store values. By using select query output, we can store values. What is the use of assignments? Storing values into declared variables. How to store? Using assignment operator and also by using select query. So here, using assignment operator, this is called as assignment operator. Variable name, value. The value saved under this location. Suppose if you write expression, the expression result is saved into variable. If you write function calling statement, the value returned by function is saved into the variable location. How can I store values? By using select query. What is the use of select query? Select value from table. Some value selected. That value saved into variable. In this syntax, select values from these columns. That values saved into is a keyword, into these variables. Value from column 1. Again listen carefully. Value, not values. Value from column 1 saved into variable 1. These variables are scalar variables. Scalar variables at a time hold only one value. So from each column, select query selecting single value. That value is saved into corresponding variables. Suppose if you are selecting 10 values from 10 columns, that 10 values saved into 10 variables. 10 values saved into 10 variables from table where condition. Remember, data type and size should be similar. Number of columns and number of variables should be similar. Otherwise, there should be some errors. Next. Okay, selected values are saved under variables. How can I display value from variable? By using output statements. By using output statements. So what is output statement? It is useful to display messages and variable values. To display messages and variable values. Oracle is providing a system-defined output function, dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. So this is a system defined function. It is useful to display messages. Message should be in single quotes. Or you can also display variable values by writing variable names. By writing variable names. Okay. Here, variable name should not be in single quotes. See this example. Employee information. It is a message. So in single quotes. Underline. It is also like a normal character. Message. Single quotes. I want to see value from variable. So here you are writing VENO, variable name. Variable names cannot be in single quotes. This is about output statements. Next type of statement is data processing statements. What is data processing? Any SQL query, any SQL query is known as data processing statements. Any of these SQL queries, select, insert, update, delete, commit, rollback. Don't use DDL commands. Don't use DDL commands within the program. It's not valid. So now we finished begin block. Begin block is also called as execution block or executable block, not executable, execution block. Remember, under execution block, you have three statements: assignments, output statements, data processing statements. The third block is exception block. Exception block, what is exception? Exception is nothing but error. Suppose if you get any error in SQL, just wait, we will try to understand what is that error message. But in PLSQL, system is giving some error. You can manipulate that error message. You can change that error message with user-friendly error message. Means you are handling error. After handling that, you are displaying a different message, error message. That's why PLSQL runtime errors are called as exceptions. PLSQL runtime errors are called as exceptions because you can handle that errors. So later you will understand completely about exception block. Don't worry right now. Just you need to understand what is exception block. It contains error handling statements. What you will do? We can handle errors. Okay. After handling errors, what do you want to do? You can display a different error message. And finally, end keyword. It is indicating end of the program. In SQL Start Plus window, how to compile and execute program /. Now, within the program or procedure, if you want to maintain any comment lines, so begin the line with dash dash. Begin the line with dash dash. Then the complete line is known as a comment line. It cannot be executed. Next, this is a single line comments. If you want to maintain a multiple line comment, then include that lines within these two symbols. Include these lines into these two symbols. Then that multiple lines are known as comment lines. So let me go back. This is the structure of your program. And remember, in this program blocks, declare block is optional, exception block is optional. According to your requirement, if you want to declare variables, then only start with declare block. Otherwise, you can start the program with begin. Again, I am repeating. According to your requirement, if you want to use values, the values should be held under variables. Then definitely you must declare variables. If you want to declare variables, then only start program with declare keyword. And suppose if you don't want to declare variables, then skip that declare block. Don't start from declare. You can directly start from begin block. And one more point. Within the program, if you want to handle errors, then use exception block. Suppose if you don't want to handle errors, don't use exception block. You can skip exception block. So that's why declare and exception blocks are optional. We may use, may not use. But begin and end keyword, that should be compulsory. Without there is no program without begin and end. Come to our SQL Star Plus environment. Let me connect. What is my first program? Okay, hold on. Let me start spool. Spool C drive, and here users Dinesh desktop Oracle spool files, and this PLSQL 1.txt. Write a program to display welcome to PLSQL message. I want to display a message. To display a message, we need output statement. Output statement should be written under begin block. So to display this message, we don't need variables. So don't declare any variable. And I am not handling errors. So skip exception block. So skipping declare block and exception blocks. You can directly start with begin. Begin dbms underscore output dot put underscore line here. Welcome to PLSQL programming. This is the message I want to print. Message should be in single quotes. End of the program. Slash. Begin, end. In between that, you are writing output statement. So after that, slash. Hit enter. It is saying PLSQL procedure successfully completed, but it is not displaying output. Why? Listen carefully. This is client tool and this is a program. The program executed and output should be displayed from server. Output should be displayed from server. By default, client tool not enabled to receive output from server. Again, by default, client tool is not enabled to receive output from server. So how to enable it? Set server output on. Once you connected, just one time execute this. This set server output on is valid until you disconnected from database. So one time is enough. Set server output is on. Now slash, what is the use of slash? To re-execute recent query or to re-execute recent program. See the difference between previous one and current execution. The previous execution not displaying any message, but current execution is displaying some message. Hope you understand. Similarly, let me write a very simple program. Write a program to display total salary paying to all employees. This is my target. First, you should analyze your program, what you need. See, this is your program. What is the target of the program? Total salary. It is calculating total salary. How to calculate total salary? Sum of salary. So sum function is giving some result or not? Yes. So it is giving some value. That value should be saved under variable. So compulsory declare a variable to hold total salary. So we need to start the program with declare variable total. What type of variable? Number type. Begin. How to calculate total salary? Select sum of sal. The function executed and it is giving some result. That result should be saved into variable total from EMP. Finish. From EMP. Finish. Completed. Now I want to display the salary. How to display? See, tbms underscore output dot put underscore line. What is the message you want to display? Total salary. Total salary. Yeah. Now in the next output function, write your variable total. So in the first line it will print total salary. In the second line it is printing total value. End of your program. Semicolon. Hit enter. After hitting enter, use slash. What is the total salary? 29,025 rupees. Right here, I want to print this value after the message. Message in one line, value in next line. No, I want to print message and value together. How can I? See, I am editing our program, ed. So we have some operator. What is the operator? Concatenation operator. Concatenation operator. The operator append value and message together. Append or combined. So after message, you can also display a variable value, variable total. So here what will happen? Total salary, some space, immediately it will display this variable value. So already this variable value you are printing in the same line. So just let me make the next line as a comment line. If a line beginning with hyphen hyphen dash dash, it is called as comment line. Save it, exit, and then slash. See the difference between previous output and current output. The previous output is this message in one line and value in different line. But here message and value together because of this. This is called as concatenation operator. I hope you understand how to write programs. First, we will understand how to write programs. After that, we will understand how to save the program inside database server. Next one. The next program is write a program to display employee name, salary, designation of employee ID 7788. Employee ID 7788. So I want to write a program to get information of 7788. How many values you are selecting in the program? 3 values. To hold 3 values, declare 3 variables. Declare variable name. It's like varchar2 of 10. Variable salary. Number of 5. Variable designation. Varchar2 of 10. 3 variables declared. Begin. Select your data. Select e-name, salary, job. They should be saved into variable name, variable salary, variable designation. From which table? EMP. Where? Whose information you are selecting? Where employee number is equal to 7788. Finish. Employee number is equal to 7788. Completed. Display your information. dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. I want to print employee ID. What is the employee ID? 7788. Next one, employee name. This is a message. Where is your employee name? Employee name is under vName and employee salary. Employee salary is under vSal and employee designation. So just I am writing working as V designation. End of your program. Run it. See, ID 7788, name Scott, salary 3000, working as analyst. So this is the way of writing programs. If you run the program again and again it will display same output. Why? Because input value is fixed here. But I don't need the same information again and again. At this moment, 7788, after some time, 7654, after some time, 7369 information. How do I get different informations from different employee numbers? To get different outputs, you need to write dynamic programs that we will discuss tomorrow. I hope you understand. Tomorrow we will discuss about how to write dynamic programs. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you all of you.